All right, good morning. Welcome in 6:45, March 19th. COVID update. As you can see, we are at 1.3% 7-day average, which is the direction that we're going. Each week it's going down and down and down. So that's good news. We are anticipating press conference from Governor Phil Scott today to kind of hopefully give us what the month of April is going to look like for us at ECI. So we're expecting to hear hopefully some good positive news as we're getting into the spring time of 2021. Vaccine rollout, everything's the same. Again, we're supposed to get information today regarding kind of additional phases by occupation and by age groups today. So with that said, there's nothing new. Again, just let's continue to follow best practices. We're doing an excellent job with our communication. Again, health and safety is here for any COVID related issues. Just give us a call and we'll develop a plan and we'll execute our plan. That said, we're going to kick it over to Alberta Smith. She's joining us this morning to talk about ladder safety. So Alberta, the floor is yours.
Thank you. This week's code of conduct is maintain confidential of inside information learned about ECI or about our clients. We're at 106 days without a recordable injury. This week, we're going to talk about ladder safety. It's one of our annual topics to revisit each year. It's the standard 29 CFR 1910.25 or 1910.26 and 1910.27. Rules of ladder safety: select the right ladder for the job, inspect ladders before you use it, set up the ladder with care, climb and descend ladders cautiously, face ladders and hold on with both hands, always 3 points of contact. Use safe practices when working on a ladder, always hold on with one hand and never reach too far to the other side. Never climb higher than the second step from top on a step ladder or the third from the top on a straight ladder. Never attempt to move, shift, or extend ladders while in use, and never carry an object or a load that could cause you to lose your balance. So here's some pictures of out of service. As I said in the beginning, inspect it before prior use. Take it out of service when we have one of these issues, or there could be other issues. We do have red tags in the back of the tool crib in a bucket, so please write out of service and bring it to Elliot or Maya's attention. And then here's some pictures of don'ts. We have people trying to be creative on getting work done, but safety is first and it's everybody's job. And always don't ever use the top step as an area for you to use on a ladder. It's not okay. Another thing is with our ladders, we have them available here in the tool crib. They're on the far side of the Conex box, but if they have to be taken out of service, like I said, bring it to our attention so we can get it replaced, so we can take it out of service for you. Any questions, just please let Elliot or myself know.
Thank you, Alberta. Very informative. Again, when it comes to ladder safety, it's really all about the behavior, you know, and planning ahead, making sure you have the right size, shape ladder for the tasks that you're trying to accomplish.
And we also have a fair amount of scaffolding and the Baker scaffolding and different other options that can be a little bit better work platform and more stable. Okay, I'm gonna open up the browser with the email. Here we go. Everyone see the screen?
Yes, we do.
Okay. So for announcements this week, spring begins tomorrow, Saturday the 20th. So pretty exciting to be moving into a different season here. And next week, because of that, I'm moving the Friday safety meeting to a 6:30 a.m. start. kind of seems fitting. And then if it were this week, well, it's just another cold morning here. It's something like 13 degrees out there. So I'll be glad to see spring start, and we'll all feel good about getting going earlier. So for the weather outlook, I just responding from last week's okay. So just one more cold day and night. This kind of cold anyway. Hopefully that's it. As you see that it said low of 13. I think that was pretty accurate for last night. High today is just 30, and then another cold night, and then after that we got some at least some warm days ahead. So COVID policies, like Matt said, hopefully we got some changes coming here. We'll post you and talk about them next week. And for the project this week, we're highlighting the kickoff of the 2021 highway construction season. Just want to note that we have several new highway projects starting up, including the Dorset Grade Crossing Improvement Project, the Shelburne South Burlington Highway Signal Replacement, the Essex Bridge Replacement, which is on Route 17, the Sharon IM89, which is an interstate bridge rehab project. We have the Williston STP, which is the Industrial Avenue Route 2 intersection widening, improvements, and resignalization. And we also have the Colchester Essex shared use path along from St. Mike's towards Essex. So ECI has been busy organizing the start of these projects with lots of pre-construction meetings, official meetings with the state, with the owners and other stakeholders, and within ourselves, obviously, to get organized. Done a lot of survey and layout, drone flights. We've done prepared submittals like traffic control, EPSC, supportive excavation, and other things. There's material orders that have been done, and setting up signs and message boards, and setting up office trailers, and then mobilization of equipment and materials. And on the Williston Road Industrial App project is also chronicled weekly with updates by Stephanie Barrett, and she's the public relations consultant for VTrans, and there's a link on the VTrans website. And on that web page, you can go to Stephanie's email if you want to sign up for a weekly update by email. I received that. I passed it along to a couple people in the last couple weeks, but gives an update on what's going to happen on that intersection, which of course we're doing, but also is right there in in our front yard, and will impact us too for traffic and a lot of other things. But it's all a lot of night work. A lot of the impact of traffic is at night, so it should be seamless, hopefully, to most of the traveling public. And here we are getting some signs going on that project. Getting the attachments done to the post. And then this is the sign that Alberta message board. Alberta took the picture of this yesterday, and the actual wording didn't show up. There is a message there. This is across from Engineers Drive, and a sign that went up there. A lot of side streets are impacted here. There's a picture from across the road from the office, and I looked at that tree and I'm thinking, wow, how'd you like to have to split that up? That would be a chore. Just sawing it, bucking it up would be. And here's a drone image that was taken by our system called Drone Deploy with the VTrans highway geometry from their drawings overlaid on top of the image. And that's of the Industrial Ave Williston Road intersection. And the Drone Deploy also has a three-dimensional surface model. So it has elevations in the model, as well as coordinates, so that everything can be tied together. So we can use that model as for the GPS control and that sort of thing, but also this gives a great visual of where the improvements go. Where prior to this, you had to go to like 3 different VTrans drawings to understand, where the existing road was versus changes and everything, but here we can bring it all together. And then this week, we are also moving 324 Jersey barriers from York, Maine to the Sharon project. We had 3 trucks rolling all week long, loaded with Jersey barriers, making 2 trips a day. And then we were loading from a project. We bought the Jersey barriers from a project in Maine and hauled them back. Dropped them off at our staging area. And there's a picture of the Sharon bridges. These are not small, insignificant bridges. We're rehabbing the deck and some of the other, just a little bit of the structure rehab, and then there's a painting subcontractor that'll be working for us doing the de-leading and the repainting of all the girders, and also setting up job trailers, of course, at that particular site. And in addition to these projects, ECI is also subcontracted on several other projects to J. Hutchins, Pike, and maybe a few others for rail crossing and signal projects. So we got a busy spring, busy summer and fall coming up. Some of these jobs are 2-season jobs, like for example, the Sharon project and also the Williston Road Industrial Lab project. And so from the archives photos here, we have an old picture. I believe that's Donnie Jakes. It's really hard to tell who's behind the window there, but he would have been the driver. And this is who knows what year. I think that's probably in the late 70s or early 80s. It's an old International Harvester, and I mean an IH. You can see the IH on the doorway there. So it's a real International Harvester back from those days. It's a 4200. So I looked into a little bit. I think those were like from the mid to early 70s up to like the mid 80s for that vintage of truck. I can't identify exactly what year or what it was made or what year that photo was taken, but that clearly is Engineers Construction. So that's what I got. I'll turn it back over to you, Matt, to close things out. But everyone have a safe day out there, and a happy spring coming up.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you for the 51 people that signed on. If you have other individuals with you, please shoot us a message so we can document attendance for this training. Have a safe day today. Let's keep that count 107 days without recordable. Well done by all. Let's continue this as we start picking up the construction season. Have a safe day. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.